During the most recent episode of the ITV soap, it was disclosed that Gary is now battling for survival after being brutally attacked. Fans of Coronation Street say they haven't let it slip their minds and believe Gary Windass is finally facing the consequences of his past. On Friday's June 27th broadcast, it emerged that Gary was viciously assaulted by an unknown attacker, leaving him in critical condition. Speculation has been swirling all week over what might have occurred to Gary after he failed to make it back to Weatherfield from his mother's place. He had gone to see Anna earlier this month as tensions with his wife Maria were escalating at home. However, once it came to light that Summer Spellman and Nina Lucas were keeping a secret, suspicion quickly began to center around Gary. Earlier this week, audiences were left puzzled as the two characters spiraled into distress after seemingly witnessing something disturbing during a hallucinogenic experience triggered by LSD at Adi Alahan's party. They were shown entering a dimly lit Rolls-Royce in a frantic state, visibly shaken by whatever horrifying scene they had come across. While Nina appeared eager to return outside, Summer firmly insisted it was too risky and that they couldn't go back, eventually confessing they had abandoned someone to die. Tension will soon rise as Maria becomes increasingly worried and reports Gary missing to DC Kit Green, only to be informed about an unidentified man in a coma. Viewers will discover the lengths the assailant has gone to avoid detection, going so far as to impersonate Gary's next of kin to conceal the crime. Future episodes will explore the circumstances surrounding Gary's hospitalization and bring hidden truths to light, eventually exposing those responsible. After catching a glimpse of Gary in his hospital bed, several Coronation Street viewers were quick to recall his own dark history. Speaking about the unfolding plot, Samia Longchamben, who portrays Maria, explained, "Maria and Gary are having a tough time in their relationship right now. At first, she's just hurt that he's gone, but doesn't dwell on it too much." She continued, "The moment Gary misses Liam's birthday, her instincts kick in and she starts to panic, sensing that something terrible could have happened." Samia added, "Maria's thoughts are racing, but she never pauses to consider who might have assaulted Gary. She knows he's made a lot of enemies over the years, plenty of people who might want revenge." Coronation Street's Dee Dee to betray James amid tense baby clash. What decision will Dee Dee make next? Coronation Street's Dee Dee Bailey is on course to betray her brother James in a brewing conflict over baby Layla. Earlier this year, Dee Dee welcomed a baby girl in a powerful issue-led storyline that highlighted the racial disparities faced by black women in maternity care. Her labor turned traumatic, leading to serious complications that required an emergency hysterectomy and the heartbreaking revelation that she would no longer be able to have children. Dee Dee was then forced to confront a painful choice: to hand over baby Lila to her brother James. Although James eventually took Layla to the U.S. to raise her there, he made a dramatic return to Weatherfield just last month, setting the stage for a tense family showdown. Since James's return, tensions have flared between the siblings over who should take responsibility for raising Layla, and it seems their dispute is far from over. In upcoming episodes airing next week, Dee Dee expresses to James and Ed how grateful she is for the support she's received from her church community. However, James wastes no time in making his stance clear: Lila will be raised without religious influence. In response, Dee Dee seeks out Billy and reveals her wish to have Layla baptized, but Billy gently reminds her that she'll need James's approval before proceeding. Dee Dee reassures James that she respects his choice not to have Layla christened. However, when she later asks Alia to take on the role of Lila's godmother, Alia quickly realizes that Dee Dee is secretly planning to move forward with the baptism. Reflecting on Dee Dee's emotional journey, actress Chanique Sterling Brown previously shared, "I was really anxious about it. It's a huge and nuanced story to portray. Personally, I haven't experienced childbirth, so I felt a deep responsibility to portray motherhood with authenticity and care." She continued, It was also important to me to represent the NHS, which is under pressure and overburdened, something that played a part in the storyline. But most of all, sharing a narrative that directly impacts the Black community mattered deeply, and it's been incredible to see people engage and start meaningful conversations. Much-loved Coronation Street couple get back together in emotional turn of events. Ronnie Bailey was a man with a purpose during tonight's episode of Coronation Street. Recently, Ronnie learned the heartbreaking news that his former partner, Debbie Webster, had been diagnosed with dementia. Their relationship had come to an abrupt end shortly after Debbie received the diagnosis. Convinced that Ronnie deserved a future unburdened by her condition, she ended things before he could protest. But tonight, determined and full of conviction, Ronnie set off for Debbie's hotel with a single mission in mind: to win her back. When he arrived, Ronnie spoke from the heart. He reminded Debbie that she wasn't alone, that she was surrounded by people who cared deeply for her and wanted to walk alongside her through whatever lay ahead. He emphasized that isolating herself wouldn't protect anyone. It would only make things harder. As Ronnie poured his soul out, Debbie's emotional walls finally crumbled. Overwhelmed, she broke down in front of him, admitting just how frightened she was of what the future might bring. The vulnerability in her voice revealed the depth of her fear, of losing her independence, her memories, and ultimately, the people she loves. Taking her hands gently in his, Ronnie offered Debbie heartfelt reassurance. He promised that he would remain by her side, no matter what lay ahead. And when they encountered moments that felt especially overwhelming, he admitted he'd likely feel anxious too, because watching someone you love go through something so difficult is never easy. What mattered most to him was ensuring Debbie never felt like she had to face it all alone. In a powerful moment of vulnerability and affection, Debbie confessed her enduring love for Ronnie and made the brave decision to give their relationship another chance. Given how much she's been struggling to accept help since receiving her diagnosis, allowing Ronnie back into her life marked a significant and courageous shift. Later that evening, the couple chose to toast their renewed connection with a small celebration at the bistro. They were joined by Kevin, Abby, and Carl, who all raised their glasses and reminded Debbie that she wasn't just loved, she was supported, surrounded, and never without people who cared deeply for her. Despite ongoing fan speculation that Debbie's storyline could be leading to a tragic end, actress Sue Devaney has put those fears to rest. In a reassuring update, she confirmed that her character is very much staying put. Debbie Webster is here to fight, to grow, and to face her future with strength and support. In a recent interview with Lorraine, Sue Devaney opened up about the storyline, explaining, "We wanted to first focus on delivering the diagnosis authentically and then explore the ongoing journey of living with dementia." She reassured fans by adding, "Debbie isn't going anywhere just yet. The narrative is set to continue well into 2027, so viewers can expect to see plenty more of her character's development." The actress also hinted at some uplifting moments ahead, teasing the potential for Debbie to start a choir as the show delves deeper into how she adapts and copes with her condition in meaningful ways. Coronation Street continues to air 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1, and episodes are also available to stream anytime on ITVX.